and I felt so high. You were there to catch me.
Welcome. This is story time. I'm Jill.
And I'm Lydia.
And we have a great show planned for you today. We are going to talk about The Three Little Pigs, a couple of different authors' versions of that. We are going to have show and tell. We are going to have a little segment called Let's Ask Lydia. That will be great. And if we have time, we'll have Monkey on a Stick. So you stick around and let's get started with story time. Lydia, you brought 2 books for us today. Want to tell about it?
So this is the first book. It's called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. I think it was a really good book because, well, I think it was really funny. One part, well, let me just show you.
Please do. Did you tell us who wrote this book?
Oh, yeah, I just totally forgot. It's told to Jon Scieszka. Yeah.
I will tell you how to say his name. His name is Scieszka, his last name.
I get mixed up.
And I looked that up online. There is a book site that you can go to where the authors actually pronounce their names. And he said it's Scieszka rhymes with Fresca. And he has written about, many, many books over time, illustrated a lot of, he's written a lot of other funny things. And he works with a particular illustrator. I think this person's name is Lane.
Smith.
And they work together a lot. And you said you recognized their pictures.
I did because I actually, a long time ago when I was little, well, typically in like first grade.
Yeah, I know, right? Like 3 years ago when you were small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fourth, but yeah. Anyway, when I was in first grade, I think it was first grade or second, we read, you know, that teachers always read their books out loud to you.
Indeed,
you know?
yeah.
And like what I'm going to do right now.
Correct.
And, they read this story to me, well, not to me, to the whole class, you know. And I recognized this book, so I read for myself again because I haven't read it in a long time. So this is going to be fun to read it the third time.
I know, and we're not going to read the whole book because what we want people to do is pick up that book themselves and at home. Read it either with their moms, their dads, a special friend, another adult, another kid. Somebody from school. You can read to anybody, even your cat or your dog, or what do we have for pets at home?
Bunnies.
Bunnies. We have 2 rabbits, and you could read to the bunnies. So we'll just read a little bit. And then you're going to tell me what you liked about this story. So what part would you like to read?
Typically, these parts need to go together. Okay, these parts need to go together, so I kind of have to read all of this.
Okay, let's see what you, well, let's read a couple pages.
Okay. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw?
I know, right? And while you show the pictures, I'm going to say a little something else. This particular book is a story about the 3 little pigs that's not quite like the fairy tale, right?
Yes.
There are some different things that happen, and the bad wolf, he's a little misunderstood. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so he's going to explain that, what happens when he goes to borrow a cup of sugar from the House of Straw Pig.
Okay, so of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I did want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called, Little Pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without a cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. Then that's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you the picture.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to see the pictures. It's always good to see the pictures. It helps us give an idea of the story, but we can also make pictures in our mind, right? So there's the wolf. It appears to me he's going in. Or he's looking, right? Pig won't answer. And he's going to sneeze. That's a switch.
He's a pretty big...
He has a big nose. You know another word for nose?
Snout.
Snout is good. You know what another funny one is proboscis.
What?
I know. My grandpa used to say it all the time. Grandpa Dodgel, he'd always talk about a proboscis, a big proboscis. And so this wolf has a big proboscis. Let's see what happens next.
I sneezed a great sneeze.
And there is the great sneeze. And we see a lot of confusion and the house going down. I see the pig floating away. And this
It's a hilarious
is what they
part.
call the corker or the porker.
Okay, so this is the last page I'm going to read about this.
About the house of straw, what happens?
It says, and you know that whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. It seemed that a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner laying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there.
All right, let's stop. Hold your book for a second.
What?
He had to make some decisions, didn't he? So we went to the house. He blew it down. And that poor pig died, so we ate him up. Am I right?
Yeah.
He ate him up. What would you have done? If you were the wolf, what would you have done?
This calls for the thinking cap.
The thinking cap? Oh, please get the thinking cap.
This calls for the thinking
The
cap.
thinking cap.
It's the
Oh,
thinking
Lydia,
cap.
and the think and I heard that, and you have a little story about these items. You went to a sleepover last night, right?
Come on, I just finished one.
You went to a sleepover, and you procured, you obtained, you were given this thinking cap. Let's think about what would you have done if you were the wolf?
Okay, give me a second here. Yes, this is very interesting.
Okay, so what would you have done?
Eat the pig.
You would have eaten the pig? Because you love ham. All right, so you would have eaten the pig.
What? Okay.
All right.
Is that
And so he ate the pig.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have done what the wolf did, because.
All right. Take the glasses off.
What?
You want to leave the thinking cap on? I like it. You want to leave it on? We're taking it off. Okay. So he ate the pig. So
These are
Jon Scieszka, he told this story. We need to see your eyes. I want to see your eyes. Your very expressive eyes. And he has a story. There's something else. And he goes to the next little pig's house. And what happens with the next little pig?
Well, let's read. I was feeling a little better, but still I did have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, wolf, and you can't come again. I'm shaving the hairs on my chin.
Indeed. Ah. Do you have something to say about what's next?
Well,
Are you coming back?
okay.
Okay.
Well, this is also kind of funny.
Okay. I like funny. Funny is good.
I just have grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze.
Again with the sneezing. And the little pig, what happened?
Well, and you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was a second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor.
Unbelievable. And so the pig is dead, and the wolf, what's he do?
Charades now. Try to guess.
Oh, it's charades. We're guessing. It appears you're eating something. He ate the pig.
Yeah.
He ate the pig. Let's shut that book for a minute.
Oh.
I know, right? I'm the
Oh, I
worst
forgot
mom.
to show you guys the pictures.
Oh yeah, we need to see a
Silly
picture, and then
me.
we'll close the book because we're going to talk about something else.
I forgot to show you these two pictures.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the first picture.
Uh-huh.
Did I already show you these?
Yeah. No, I saw them at home, and I like the part here where the pig has a razor. You know, you don't have one of those.
Why would I?
I know, right? And I'm glad to see that the pig is not running with his razor because that would be dangerous, right?
Yeah. And also, here's the second picture.
Yes, and apparently this is what a dead pig looks like. That's very nice. All prepared there in a hole. Very delicious looking. All right, let's close that story.
Oh, but there's one more part I want to read.
Okay, well, we can read it in a minute.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of thinking, you brought another little pig book. I know, right? Let's switch them off. Put that one up here.
Okay.
Oh, you're so good at this story business. This is about the three little pigs and the somewhat bad wolf. What do we think about the somewhat bad wolf? Do you remember this one?
I do.
And who is the author on this?
The author is by Mark.
It's Teague. Very good. And if you look up his name online, there's an audio clip of him saying it. And to help kids know what it sounds like, he says it rhymes with league. And it does. It does rhyme with league. So it's Mark Teague. And what about this story? What can you give us a summary without giving away the ending?
Well, I'm going to go up to a part. Oh, that's a lot of pages.
That's a lot of pages? Well,
I'm just going to go, okay.
Okay, let's hear a part.
Okay. Once there were three little pigs. They lived on a farm, as most pigs do, and they were happy, as most pigs are. Then one day, the farmer told them that he and his wife were moving to Florida. He paid the pigs for their good work and sent them on their way. I can't believe he paid pigs, though.
I know. I can't believe that the pig has like an end table and a lamp. Because I kind of like that lamp. That one might look good in your room.
That pig has a bow, even.
Really?
I guess it's a girl.
It must be a girl pig. So what kind of is going to happen in this story? What do you think will happen next?
Well, I'm going to skip a few pages.
Skip a few. So the pigs get some money from the farmer. I'm so glad they know how to use currency. And then they take off on a little bit of an adventure, right? And so what is this adventure about?
Well, you'll see.
Oh, good. I want to see.
I can't see it.
Do you need help? Here. This is what people do when you read with an adult. That word is reluctantly. Do you know what reluctantly means? Yeah, he wasn't really eager. He was kind of hesitant. He wasn't sure, so reluctantly.
Reluctantly?
Reluctantly? Go to the next word.
Okay. The others agreed. The first pig decided to build a straw house. Since straw is cheap, he had plenty of money left for potato chips.
Oh,
this
good.
pig loves potato chips.
And he loves the potato chips. So he builds, so it's kind of like the regular little pig story. They go off, they build their homes.
But a little jazzed up.
A little jazzed up. Let's hear a jazzed up part, and then I want to show you my show and tell. I totally cannot wait.
I'm going to skip a few pages.
All right.
You guys can try to figure out.
Yeah, good idea. People can figure it out. And the way they would figure that out is they would read this book, right? And we're using paper books, but I know that you can download these, like if people have a device at home. Most people have something they could download this on. But another place, where can you go and borrow a book? And
library.
Excellent. Costs nothing. And then now what would happen if you are borrowing that book and you take it home and you're like, I'm totally keeping this?
Pretty much it'll be overdue, then you have to pay it for it.
Oh, it's overdue, and you either have to pay for it or pay a fine. So you take it back to the library because other people can then what?
Read it.
Read it. That's good. So we all share at the library.
Okay. The next day, a wolf came to town. He was very hungry and somewhat bad. He went to the donut shop, but it was closed. He went to the hot dog stand, but it was locked. Finally, he went to the pizza parlor, but he wasn't allowed in. He left in a very bad mood.
He looks like he is in a bad mood.
But look at these, like there's the guy that's running, and then there's the donut shop, and then there's the guy that's like closing the blind, and then it's like closed and locked.
All right. I'm going to ask you to get your thinking cap again so you can put the book in your lap. I know, right? And I can sort of see your show and tell, so let's not show everybody that yet. You're going to put your thinking cap on. We're going to have a Let's Ask Lydia moment. Oh, again with the specs.
What? It's part of the thinking cap outfit.
Excellent. That's what we want.
But I could have
we want you to have the full effect.
They're gonna.
these glasses first? Okay.
I gotta get.
All right, while you put that stuff on, I want you to think about the question.
Is it backwards?
No, it looks great. It's fantastic. Have you ever, okay, the wolf went to get something and it was closed. Have you ever had a time you went somewhere and it didn't work out? Maybe it was closed or maybe you didn't get something you wanted.
Actually, I have. I don't know why I would go somewhere on Christmas Day. I was just hungry for because we were driving out, driving back home, and I was like, I want to go through the drive-thru because I'm hungry. And then all the places, of course, they are closed.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day because you want to give them a day off on Christmas. So it's like, I'm starving. Why?
I know.
But it's for their own good.
Yeah.
It's for their own good,
Yeah, because people want to celebrate.
With their family.
Yeah, and not everybody everything can't stay open all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people have to go home and sleep and other stuff like that. So we're going to talk about the stories again a little bit more in just a minute because I know, and why don't you take your glasses off so we can see you seeing your show and tell, what you bring for show and tell.
Okay. Well,
I can't wait to see your show and tell.
Well,
and and I brought something as well. Do you want me to go first or are you first?
You go first.
I'm first. Holy buckets. This is great. I have my show and tell right here. This is something you've seen before. Oh my goodness sakes, what is this? It is a very old chair, isn't it? It's very old. Can I hand it to you or should I hold it? So I'm going to tell you about this. Oh no, it's lovely. This was...
I don't think that's a chair.
Well, not for me. It's for your dolls. Woo! Or for Monkey on a Stick.
What?
So this chair was actually Grandma Marilyn's, and I'm going to tell you something. Back when Grandma was a little girl, and they pick you up from school every day, so we know that Grandma and Grandpa are not that old, right? Because
I think they're actually pretty young.
They're pretty young? Oh, Grandma's going to
70.
love that you said that. Oh, you just said how old? That's good. That's true. So anyway, this was her chair when she was little for her dolls. Yeah, it's nice. And now you know what they would do? They would take this off the market so fast because it has like these dangerous edges, like, oh, I'm cut. It's horrible. But Grandma saved it. And when I was a little kid, she gave it to me to play with. And I was kind of always intrigued by it. That means I was like interested and curious, and I liked it. And it was something I wanted to learn a little more about. They used to have lawn chairs that looked like this. And people would have them in their yard, and they were made of metal. And I think you can probably still buy them like online. And you brought something that we're going to put in there.
Well,
tell us about what you brought.
Some of you might know the game Minecraft. Well, I'll tell you about it if you don't. Minecraft is a game that pretty much everything is made out of blocks. And this is a pretty much ocelot, but you can tame it to determine cats. It's kind of complicated, but this is a plush or a stuffed animal of one. And as you can tell, it's little green eyes and it's cute little pointed out nose. I pretty much collect Minecraft things. I like how the tail's like square. It's like kind of like an L, and also, but I collect Minecraft things. Like I have a Minecraft redstone book. I have 3 keychains. I draw pictures of Minecraft things, and
I know
this.
All right, so let's put him in the chair. Oh, what a fabulous addition to your bedroom. I mean, thick bedroom. But anyway, that looks very nice, doesn't it? Sometimes when kids read, they like to have something with them to hold on to. Sometimes kids like to read at night.
I like to read at night as well.
Do you?
But I actually, I do that. Sorry, Taffy. I have to hold. Sometimes I like holding on to one stuffed animal like this, and then look at the book.
Yeah, that's nice.
So
sometimes when you fall asleep. Well, look at that. That's a calamity and a half. I know. I love when stuff like that happens because it's a surprise.
Someone knocked that over.
I know. I think what we'll do is we'll set it down here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the stories you brought and about why you picked. I'm going to put these 2 in your lap. Oh, see how my voice is soft and comforting now? because it won't be long. We'll have to finish out our show. We haven't had Monkey on a Stick yet. I might just have to show him briefly.
Just show him now.
Show the Monkey on a Stick now? Oh, man. I know, right? Oh, this is so awesome. I can't believe what a great Monkey on a Stick this is. Can you read Monkey on a Stick a story? This is the extent of me being a puppet person, but lots of kids shows have puppets, so this is as good as it's going to get for us, this Monkey on a Stick. And I like this part.
What?
Yeah, where he pops out. So I'm going to ask you to take your book. I'm going to put Monkey on a Stick back. I could make a little voice.
No.
Oh, we leave a Monkey on a Stick out?
Yes.
All right, Monkey stays out, and you're going to read the monkey a little piece from the book.
Okay, I'm gonna read a little more of this book because it's kind of.
I think that would be fantastic. I'll just hold this awkwardly here.
I like.
Oh, look at his little feet. Isn't he cute? Oh, that's extra cute. I'm super good at this.
Okay, it says, now you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. It's out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better, and I still did have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house, no answer. So I called Mr. Pig. Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that little porker answered? Get out of here, wolf! Don't bother me again!
I'm loving this. Will you read the next page? I'm totally enjoying this with my Monkey on a Stick. Oh, we love it. Okay, show us the picture and read a little more. I love that. That's a very sturdy door.
He's very chubby.
He got a little chubby because he ate. You have about 4 minutes. Let's read another page.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap up. This is fantastic.
Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wanted to give me a little cup. Sorry, for my dear old sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home, maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake, when I felt this cold coming on. I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed once again. And the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin.
Oh, that's a horrible thing to say.
Okay, this is the last page.
It is?
Well, no.
No, yeah, we don't want to tell the ending, do we?
Yeah.
We don't tell the ending.
You know what? I want you guys to figure out what he does after the pig says your old granny can sit on a pin.
That's a good thing to figure out. At this point, can Monkey on a Stick go away?
No.
Monkey on a Stick. Okay,
How
so
can it be
today,
so flexible like that?
I don't know. That's the mystery of puppeteering. So we read a couple of books today, didn't we? We read, show again what we read, and can you remember the author's names?
This is The Three Little Pigs and the Somewhat Bad Wolf, and the author is called Mark Teague.
And how do we remember how to pronounce his name?
Teague.
Rhymes with league.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, continue.
And and we also read The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, and as told to Jon Scieszka.
Good.
Illustration by Lane Smith. And I want you guys to, I'm not trying to make you, but you can. You can find these books at libraries, stores, and I want you guys, if you have any of these books, try to figure out, read them for yourself. Because I think they were really good books in my opinion, but you don't have to like them, but just saying.
And I'm going to have another Let's Ask Lydia moment. You don't have to get your thinking cap out.
But
well, this is something I'm going to have you briefly talk about. Sometimes there are people we don't understand. And in both of these, it sounds like people thought the wolf was bad, but he had some what they call redeeming qualities. Do you know what that means? Some good things.
Yeah.
Some good things. And you were telling me there are some kids at school that sometimes the other kids aren't nice. But that's not nice, is it, to be not nice? And there are good things about everyone, right?
Uh-huh.
If you think of someone at school, if you think of all of the kids at school, what would you say about your whole class? What's a good thing that your class does? What's something the class does well?
Well, I think that we work together. We also, we don't hurt each other's feelings that much.
Yeah.
And that pretty much we follow directions.
That's all good.
And
is there anything that you
that's
think
good.
grown-ups misunderstand about fourth graders like people misunderstood about the wolf? Well, that's a quiet response. I know you can think about that one because I see that we have just a few seconds and it's almost time to go. So what I want everyone at home to do is remember to read. That is a wonderful thing you can do on your own time or with a friend. Lydia, what would you say to the people at home?
You can find us on
Facebook?
Facebook. You can also call us. You'll find.
They're going to call us now?
No.
Oh, okay.
I got mixed up.
All right.
But anyway, have a great time, and we'll see you later.
Thank you
Bye.
so much for joining us on Storytime.
Bye.
Bye.